Now that we've talked about opportunities available to all students, it's time to dive into our various schools or colleges. Now, it's important to note when applying to the University of Michigan, you need to apply to a specific school or college as we do not admit by major. So at Michigan, there are 19 different schools or colleges available both to undergraduate and graduate students, 14 of which that are available for you to take as an undergraduate student, and 7 freshman or first year admitting schools or colleges. Now, of these 7 first year admitting schools and colleges, you ultimately have to choose one on your application. Well, at least kind of. Note that there is an asterisk for future reference, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. These squares reference our 7 freshman or first year admitting schools or colleges. We're going to spend some time talking about each one of these a little bit individually, but first, just to reference them all, we have the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, the College of Engineering, the School of Nursing, the School of Kinesiology, and our 3 talent-based schools and colleges of the School of Art and Design, School of Music, Theater, and Dance, and the College of Architecture and Urban Planning. We'll start by speaking about the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, since it's our largest and oldest college on campus. Now, the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, also called LS&A, is a liberal arts education that focuses on writing and critical thinking skills, ultimately preparing you not just for one specific job, but a wide variety of jobs. LSA offers over 85 different majors, ranging from Afro-American and African studies, to neuroscience, to economics. There's even 100 plus minors for you to choose from in areas such as community action and social change and paleontology. Now, if you've ever looked over our majors, you'll notice we don't offer pre-law or pre-med majors. Instead, you're given the flexibility to major in almost anything you want while still meeting with pre-law advisors, pre-med advisors, ensuring you're on the right track to apply to that specific graduate program. There's over 40 different languages for you to study in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, and students actually don't declare their major until the beginning of junior year. This ultimately means this is the best option for you if you're an undecided student. LSA really gives you the flexibility to pick and choose classes before you ultimately have to decide on your major. I know during my earlier years, I was taking classes in the natural sciences, the social sciences, really trying to figure out which school or which major was going to be the best fit for me. So lots of flexibility there before you ultimately have to make a decision. LSA is also the heart of the University of Michigan, offering over 66% of the classes taught on campus. So even if you're not necessarily a student in LSA, chances are you're still going to be taking a class offered through the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts. In addition to that, they also offer 2 unique learning opportunities or 2 unique Michigan learning opportunities, and that includes the residential college and the honors program. The residential college is great for students who are considering large institutions, but want a more smaller private liberal arts experience. There's a 2-year living requirement, and it's an interdisciplinary liberal arts program that ultimately engages students in creative exploration of the humanities, the social and natural sciences, more intensive foreign language, and the visual and performing arts. Most classes are smaller and more seminar style or seminar based, and there's even an on-site theater facility, photo labs, music labs, art studios, and even professors' office and office hours. And lastly, a community garden. The other Michigan learning opportunity is the honors program. Now, the honors program, there is no living requirement, but there is optional housing available. And ultimately, honors students really enjoy close contact with faculty, smaller class sizes, and really personalized academic advising. Honors is ultimately for students who want to take a step further with their education or a step further with their academics. Students are really committed to intellectual exploration and share a passion for learning. Students are expected to elect about half their coursework in honors and ultimately write an honors thesis. And lastly, another great opportunity for students in LSA, of course, is the LSA Opportunity Hub. This hub offers all kinds of internships, workshops, industry insiders, alumni connection, and ultimately the hub isn't just for helping you find a job, it's really there to help you find your calling. Next, we'll speak about the College of Engineering, since it's our second largest college on campus. Now, the College of Engineering offers 17 different majors, but students don't declare their major until the beginning of their sophomore year, and have class opportunities to explore all of the majors available. The first year curriculum typically includes chemistry, calculus, physics, and engineering 100 level classes. These classes allow students to participate in different design challenges, ultimately to get a taste of what it's like to be a practicing engineer. The College of Engineering offers multiple interdisciplinary study opportunities and has over 100 different student organizations and products for students to get a part of. The College of Engineering offers the Walter E. Wilson Student Project Center. This 20,000 square foot facility allows you to assemble, build, race, and fly all kinds of projects through the College of Engineering. Popular project teams include the Concrete Canoe Team, the Human-Powered Submarine, and our 9-time championship-winning Solar Car Team. And what's significant about this is that engineering students have the opportunity to work with students from all different schools and colleges, right? So for example, you could work with an art and design student who help design and market the car, other engineering students who help build and race the car, and lastly, Ross School of Business and Economics students who help manage the over $1 million budget that the Solar Car Team has every single year. The next two schools we'll talk about are our demonstrated interest schools. These schools are the School of Nursing and the School of Kinesiology. Students will begin taking program-specific classes in first years that oftentimes aren't transferable for credit into another school or college. Therefore, we're looking for some sort of demonstrated experience within these fields as part of the application review process. Kicking things off with the School of Nursing, in terms of demonstrated interest, nursing would like to see that you volunteered at a hospital, shadowed a nurse, or something along those lines. We ultimately want to see that you have some exposure to the nursing profession and generally know what you're getting yourself into. The School of Nursing is a 4-year direct admit program, and you begin taking nursing classes and clinicals your first year. There's no secondary application required, but it is important to note out that the nursing school is specifically for nurses and not a pre-med route for students. Within the School of Nursing, it is a lockstep curriculum, which means it's a 4-year program where students must take certain courses and clinical experiences at specific times throughout their schooling. This ultimately allows students to develop a close community with other nursing students who are in the same classes. Nursing students also have unparalleled access to resources. Students accumulate nearly 1,000 clinical hours by the time they graduate and begin those experiences in our clinical simulation laboratory. This laboratory houses many lifelike simulation mannequins that can breathe, blink, bleed, talk. One even simulates a woman giving birth every 15 minutes. It's experiences like this, along with clinicals and academics, that really help our students go on to have almost a 99% NCLEX pass rate to go on and get their nursing license. Our last demonstrated interest school is the School of Kinesiology. And just so we're all on the same page, kinesiology means the study of human movement. And there are 3 programs available to students. These include the Applied Exercise Science major, the Movement Science major, and Sports Management. You should tailor your demonstrated interest to the major you're most interested in. For example, movement science is a great option for pre-med students interested in more of a focus on the human body, whereas sports management is more of the business side of sports. So again, keep that in mind when you choose to apply to the School of Kinesiology. Now, kinesiology emphasizes hands-on experiences and learning beyond traditional textbook learning. Faculty are committed to their students' success both inside and outside of the classroom. For example, kinesiology students are working closely on a project that is partnered with the NCAA and the Department of Defense to conduct one of the most comprehensive studies of concussion and head impact exposure on athletes. Another great example is that a few of our kinesiology students were even able to travel to the Winter Olympic Games in South Korea in 2018. The next 3 schools and colleges we're going to speak about are our talent-based schools. These programs require a portfolio or addition in addition to the typical admissions materials, which are reviewed by the faculty and staff within that specific program you're applying to. So to kick things off, we're going to start with the Stamp School of Art and Design. The Stamp School of Art and Design is not a traditional art and design school. Our unique open program lets you pick a path as individual as you are. The only major is the one you specifically create yourself. There is, of course, a set curriculum for your first year where you'll take foundational studio art courses, but as you progress throughout your undergraduate career, you're going to be given lots and lots of flexibility to pick and choose the classes you want to take. Now, as I mentioned, there are no majors, but students can choose to pursue either a Bachelor's of Arts, where you'll have more liberal arts or more classroom work, or a Bachelor of Fine Arts, which are going to have much more studio time. It's also important to point out that there is a required international study and outreach requirement, and this ultimately gives students a global perspective on art and connecting them with the broader community. In addition to the submission of the application, either the Coalition or Common application, students also have to submit a portfolio. This portfolio includes 12 to 15 of your best pieces of art across all disciplines. And again, the more variety, the better, as faculty and staff will really be able to see you showcase your talent. In addition to your portfolio, you will also need to submit an art teacher letter of recommendation. For more information on letters of recommendation, see our section on application review. And then lastly, art and design students are able to showcase their art through the Stamps Art Gallery. We understand you're not just creating artwork for a good grade, you really want to express yourself and show all of that great talent you have. This Stamps Art Gallery isn't just used for current students to showcase that artwork, but it's also used by visiting artists who come to campus, as Stamps really values bringing well-known artists to campus to speak with our students. The next talent-based school is the School of Music, Theater, and Dance. Now, the School of Music, Theater, and Dance is one of the top performing art schools in the country, offering 40 different undergraduate degrees in music, dance, music theater, and arts technology. Now, students must apply to a direct major, which is somewhat conflicting to what we've been saying up until this point, but it's important to note that if you are interested in the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, you do have to apply to a specific major. In addition to the submission of your Common or Coalition application, SMTD students must submit what's called an artistic profile. Requirements vary depending on the major you apply to, but includes things such as like an art teacher letter of recommendation, an arts resume, and pre-screening materials like a repertoire list or recordings of your work. The School of Music, Theater, and Dance use this information to determine whether or not they wish to offer a student a chance at an on-campus interview or audition. Now, one of the best resources available to students in the School of Music, Theater, and Dance is our Excel Lab and Career Center. This provides entrepreneurship training and career services for all of our U of M students engaged in the performing arts. The goal is to enable their students to forge a viable career in the performing arts by offering courses, co-curricular workshops, ongoing mentorship, and over $100,000 in student project and venture funding. The last talent-based school or college is the College of Architecture and Urban Planning. The College of Architecture and Urban Planning offers a foundational design degree. This combines 2 years of a liberal arts education with 2 years of an architecture education. This ultimately means students have the ability to apply either on their first year application to Michigan or during their junior year when they've already been a student at Michigan for 2 years. A portfolio is required. This typically includes a design assignment and then a variety of work including drawing, photography, 2D and 3D design work, and any computer-aided design you might have. The important thing to stress here is that they're definitely looking at for your artistic ability rather than your technical skill. They understand you're going to learn all of that through the College of Architecture and Urban Planning curriculum. The College of Architecture also sports a 32,000 square foot design studio, which is actually one of the largest design spaces in the US. This space promotes teamwork, collaboration, and broad engagement with fellow architecture students and faculty. Not to mention, this fabrication studio also houses all kinds of cool robots, water cutters, laser cutters, and 3D printers. Since our talent-based schools are very small, competitive programs, and we know deep down that you ultimately want to be a Wolverine, you have the ability to apply as a dual applicant. How this works is you'll first select the talent-based program on your Common or Coalition application, then the additional program listed under each school or college that you may be considered for. This is only an option for students applying to a talent-based school, so keep in mind as you look at this list you see on your screen that you cannot, for example, apply both to the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts and the College of Engineering. Also keep in mind, since you're applying to 2 separate schools or colleges, your applications will go through 2 separate review processes and you will receive 2 separate decisions, potentially even at separate times. And then of course, lastly, this opportunity gives students applying to these very selective talent-based programs another opportunity at getting into the university overall. So be assured that as long as you've been admitted to your talent-based school or college, you still have the opportunities to double major in other academic programs on campus. Many of you might be scratching your head and thinking, he hasn't talked about studying business, education, information, or some other major you might be interested in. Rest assured, Michigan most likely has top-ranked programs in each of these areas, but we haven't spoken about them because they're considered upper-level programs on campus. So when I started this session, I mentioned that there are 14 programs available for undergraduate students. And so far, we've covered 7 that admit first-year students. The other 7 are considered upper-level start programs, so you complete certain prerequisites as a student on campus and apply to these programs during your first year or sophomore year on campus. And that includes all of the programs that you see here on your screen, including the dental hygiene program through the School of Dentistry, the College of Pharmacy, the Ford School of Public Policy, the School of Education, the School of Information, the School of Public Health, And last but not least, the College of Architecture and Urban Planning for that junior level admission. Now, one way of indicating interest in these programs early is through preferred programs. Preferred programs is a way to indicate your interest in later transferring into one of these upper level programs as a first year applicant. There are a couple exceptions where dental hygiene, public policy, and public health actually don't allow you to apply preferred program. Instead, you just come on campus and apply to those programs either during your freshman or sophomore year. With preferred programs, if you are accepted, you don't start in the program any earlier, but you will begin working on prerequisites and have access to advising, lectures, special events, and activities hosted by that specific school or college. On your Common or Coalition application, you'll select your preferred admission interest, and although we haven't talked about essays just yet, you'll want to make sure that you tailor your Why Michigan essay to your specific school or college that you're applying to. Perhaps the most popular preferred program at Michigan is the Ross School of Business. Now, the Ross School of Business has a two-tiered admissions process. You must first select a first-year school or college that we already went over earlier today on your application before selecting the Ross School of Business. If you're admitted to your first-year unit, Ross will then receive and review your application for admission. Applying this route gives high school seniors the ability to know of their Ross decision before deciding on Michigan overall. The majority of BBA students at Michigan are admitted through the preferred programs process, and there are very few spaces held for students at a later time. If Ross is the reason you ultimately want to attend the University of Michigan, you should pursue this option as a first-year applicant. Admission is selective, which is why they will receive your first-year application in addition to a portfolio consisting of 2 additional essays. This will allow the opportunity for you to express your specific interest in business, and if you have any specific questions regarding the review process, what makes a strong profile or portfolio, you should contact the Ross School of Business directly. If you're not admitted to Ross through preferred programs, your admission to your first-year unit still stands, and you can come to the University of Michigan. However, it's important to note your ability to pursue Ross at Michigan is limited. You could pursue business interests through other avenues within LSA, the College of Engineering, or the School of Kinesiology. Ross also offers a business minor that you could apply to as an LSA student. Lastly, it's important to note that LSA students admitted through the preferred programs will begin as a first-year student in the Ross School of Business. Of course, if you have any additional questions about this process, we encourage you to contact the Ross School of Business admissions office directly.